So problem 1 is asking us about a prankster who uses a subwoofer speaker to excite the harmonics of a 14.3 meter long hallway. The hallway has an open end and a closed end. And it gives us that the velocity of sound in air is going to be 343 meters per second. Part A asks, what is the frequency of the lowest harmonic that can be excited in the hallway? So the lowest harmonic, in this case, it's just going to be that fundamental frequency or fundamental harmonic that where n equals 1. And on the right, you can see I have a picture of that. Notably, since this is an open-closed system, we have a nodal point on the closed end of the hallway, and then the part where the altitude or amplitude is the highest on the open part. And also notably, this is showing the displacement of air. If we were to look at the change or like the pressure, this picture would be flipped with the nodal point facing the opposite side. So we learned this week that the equation for a open-closed situation like this is F sub n equals n times v over 4L. And luckily we have all of those numbers. Since we know we're finding the lowest harmonic when n equals 1, we can just plug that in, and we were given velocity and the length. So once we plug those in, we get that the frequency of the lowest harmonic is 6 hertz. So that's the answer for part A. Part B is, what are the higher order harmonics? So for this, all you have to do essentially is use that same equation from step A, but plugging in ascending values for n. So you can see I went ahead and showed that math for when n equals 2, giving 12 hertz. And then I wrote down some others that I didn't show, but that you end up solving for the same way. So when n equals 2, it's 12, n equals 3, it's 18, n equals 4, it's 24, n equals 5, it's 30. And on the right, I also showed 2 more drawings on the third and fifth harmonic, just showing that those graphs are going to continue to look like the previous one, in that there's a nodal point on the closed end and the open part of the wave on the open end. So part C is asking, are there any harmonics close to 18 hertz that are said to induce a spooky feeling? So you can see from my list that the third harmonic has a frequency of 18 hertz. So that third harmonic is going to induce that spooky feeling. And I'm going to try to remember to put a link to that in the description if you want to hear it, so you can look for that. This problem is pretty straightforward. I think the key thing that might be kind of tricky is remembering that equations differ for these. If it's an open, closed, open situation, they have different equations. So remembering that is key to the problem. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Thank you for listening.